Okay guys, so it's Cosmo again, and I'm very sorry I didn't actually notice that the Humble store was having a winter sale until this morning. So if you're watching this video and think, damn, I missed it today, first of all, don't panic, because there's bound to be an encore sale sort of later on in the sort of towards the very end of the sale, with repeating any of the good deals that came out from the sort of day 1, day 2 and everything. And as always with PC games and sales, there are always other shops, there are always other places to get stuff and other bundles and yada yada yada. So don't panic, you can always try again another time. Now you notice I'm not gracing my presence this time. It's mainly because I haven't set the green screen up, but I'm going to give you just a quick rundown of the sale and what I think, and we'll go from there. Okay, so day 1, and as you can see there's about 4 hours left in this. So you got the usual main games. You got Skyrim, Witcher 3, Just Cause 3, Dragon's Dogma, which isn't actually a sale, Rocket League. I always want, maybe I should play Rocket League one day if I ever have time. Alien Isolation, which you may not be interested in, because although actually it's a collection of all the DLC as well, so you might well think it's a good idea. I don't know. You also notice that these are going to last beyond that. So these are for 13 days. Wow. Okay, so these are actually not specific day ones, but they're all sort of the big hitters. Now, I've got an Activision sale, which I'll have a look at in a minute. The Double Fine bundle. Now these are pretty good, usually, because you can build your own bundle. In fact, let's have a quick look at it. And as you can see, basically the idea is you can choose up to 5 games and you'll get 90% off them. So for instance, if we want to go, just for example, so Broken Age, Grim Fandango, Massive Chalice, instantly you got 85% off. Psychonauts, Brutal Legend, so there you go, and you can check your cart and you can see you would pay £63. For me here it's £6.34, so that's pretty damn good for a costing. Now for me this is not that big a deal because I own most of Double Fine stuff. Okay, I'm confused. How is that? How is that in Double Fine sale? That doesn't make sense. Am I actually in the right place? I'm going to reload the page here just to... Yeah, there you go, you see. For some reason it added that rest of the content on the bottom. Maybe because I filled my basket with the 5, so it's trying to get me to buy more stuff. So yeah, basically I pretty much own every single one of Double Fine stuff except maybe Space Base. But I have very little interest in Space Base. And that's my baby monitor going crazy. Just mute that. Recommendations, definitely Psychonauts. Psychonauts 2 has just been funded. Whether you're interested in that or not is a good question. It looks like this bundle's going to be around for the next day or two, because you can see it's 2 days and 4 hours and 17. So yeah. Brutal Legend is good. It's a bit repetitive, but it's good. Broken Age, I haven't played it. It divides a lot of people. It's actually what upsets a lot of people because of the way it was funded. Same with Space Base and that. So Costume Quest is quite cute. Hack and Slash is kind of, it's a sort of programming kind of game. You have to do sort of rough programming. So you might like it, you might not. I've tried it and found it quite hard because it doesn't really explain how to do stuff. It's one of those games that you sort of, I don't know, you kind of need a certain aptitude for it. And I was quite annoyed as a programmer. I expected more, but I don't know. So that's the bundle. In general, I'll look at the sales in a minute. So the Witcher sale is basically all the Witcher games. So, you know, Witcher 3, 2, 1, the expansion packs and season pass thing, and that's that. So if you're into the Witcher games or need to fill your collection, by all means. I mean, 50% is not bad. It's not great, but not bad. and that's it's actually on GOG.com. So that's something else to bear in mind. Bear in mind that these will redeem on different platforms. So some will go on Steam, some will go on GOG. One of the biggest problems I have is because I'm all over the place in different stores, I can't remember what games I do own on what platforms. Not platforms, on what products. So some I have Steam, some I have GOG, some I have just completely DRM free. It's worthwhile sort of making sure before you purchase that you haven't already got it, and that's also that you don't go crazy, because there's going to be other sales. Okay, try and set yourself a threshold, a limit per item, and then if it's actually below that threshold, then you can actually say, okay, I'm going to pay for it. If you want to go above the threshold, then you need to make sure you can actually play it, because in about 6 months' time, it'll probably be on sale again and be cheaper than when you first bought it. Okay, so I'm scrolling up and down here. Sorry, it's probably just very disorientating. So Life is Strange. Can recommend that if you kind of like the Telltale kind of games. Definitely worth a go. Whether it's worth a go for £10.71 or your equivalent, I don't know. I can't really say. You either like it or you'll dislike it the more you get into it, and it might annoy you. The ending might annoy you, but I won't ruin it for you. Well, I'll have a look at the sales quick. Activision sale is of course Call of Duty, the new Transformers Devastation thing, which is quite short. Deadpool, but that's always like 50%. I've never seen it go below 50% lately. I want it, but I want to play it, but it's too expensive for my tastes. Transformers Cybertron Experience is essentially Fall of Cybertron and Rise of the Dark Spark, so the previous Transformers games. Okay. Prototype, I've got and played, not bad. 20% off Call of Duty Black Ops 3 isn't that much. Oh, that's the that's the deluxe. Prototype 2, again, I've seen that cheaper, but if you like Prototype 1, good for you. Just to warn you though, Prototype 2 does have issues with AMD stuff. It does have memory leaks, and they never fixed it before the studio went kaput. So just to warn you, there are issues with it, okay? We have Transformers Fall of Cybertron and all the DLC stuff, and that looks like it's pretty much we're now into sort of outside the sale. I wonder why it does that. It's really annoying. It doesn't really tell you when you're outside the sale. Bethesda, I can only assume, is obviously Skyrim, Wolfenstein. I had a lot of fun with Wolfenstein: The New Order. Definitely a game, if you're an old school first-person shooter, definitely worth having a look at it. Elder Scrolls Online, never touched. I'm probably never going to touch it. You've got 13 days to decide anyway. Obviously, if you're a Fallout fan and want the first, Fallout 3 and New Vegas, don't already have it, where have you been? By all means, check them out. Dishonored, pretty cool little game, definitely. If you like some of the thief orientated sort of games, assassination sort of games, definitely worth a look out for that. Wolfenstein: The Old Blood is a sort of prequel to, if I scroll back, The New Order. Doom 3 BFG, always good if you've only got the original Doom 3 and you want to get the sort of full widescreen effect and everything. You can top up your Skyrim DLCs by the look of it. Rage, some people like it, some people don't. For £3.24, that's not too bad actually. You'll get a good few hours of interesting gameplay in that, but that's about it. And the DLC for it as well. So it looks like if you need to sort of, if you're missing bits and pieces from your library, then this is the best place to go and to sort of top them up. The Sega sale, I can only assume it's the usual. We got Alien Isolation, of course, Total War, Sonic stuff, Space Marine. I liked Space Marine, but I don't know if I like it for $10, 10 quid, $10, 10 quid, whatever. So yeah, definitely the Total War games. Dawn of War, big fan of Dawn of War. but I own it and I've played it to death. So pretty much anything Sega wise, Sonic, Dreamcast stuff. So yeah, definitely worth a look if you're interested in any of those kind of games. Capcom, well, I can only assume Capcom is going to be DMC, Dead Rising. Remember Me is quite an interesting game. It has its faults, but it's quite good. DuckTales Remastered, I would be interested in it if I didn't have it for all my kids' tablets. Yeah, loads of DMC, Strider, Dead Rising. Yeah, okay. Alright. So all in all, a fair amount of interesting games on there. Price wise, I've seen some of them cheaper, definitely. You know, and especially after Christmas, I don't know how many of them I'm going to actually look at to buy, because, you know, with 3 kids and a wife and everything, Christmas is expensive. These aren't necessarily the greatest deals, but they're certainly interesting deals. So I'll keep my eyes on it and then report back if there's anything that I think was worthwhile getting, you know. Now, Just Cause 3 at that price is scary. Alright guys, that's pretty much my review for day 1 of the Humble Store winter sale. I'll try and do one each day, but I can't guarantee it. So my advice is to you just keep an eye on things. If there's anything that you think you do want and you really want, get it. But by all means, shop around, look around, and also, you know, bear in mind that in 6 months it could be a bit cheaper, it could be a bit different. Who knows? I'm Cosmoplaysgames. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe as always. Yada yada yada. I will see you again soon.